presents School is Now in Session.
Welcome to Homeschooled Podcast.
Homeschool.
The Homeschool Podcast. Why? Because he was homeschooled.
It's time to document the journey.
Welcome back to Homeschool Podcast. My name is Agostino Zoida. I'm the host of the Homeschool Podcast. Listen, you guys, I got my buddy Charlie Sawyer calling in, and we're going to talk about a few things. Charlie Sawyer's been on a couple of times. He's a great dude. He's one of the guys that has been my tennis instructor in the past. He's a comedian. We've talked comedy. We've talked tennis. We've talked to many things on here before when he's come on. But I want to have him on today to talk about something that we've never really talked about on here. So I'm excited to talk about it, especially with him because he knows his stuff. Secretly, Charlie Sawyer is a person who makes his living playing the stock market, as well as I believe he got the trade from his father, but we'll get more details from him. But I've been dabbling in it myself recently, and I'm learning little by little, so that's something that I want to have him on and maybe kind of do a quick crash course for dummies, stock market for dummies. So we'll see. It'll be interesting. We'll have some fun. But first, I want to remind you guys that my comedy album is out right now. It's called The Bad Guy. It's available everywhere. iTunes, Amazon, it's Spotify, YouTube, Pandora. But listen, you guys, I need some help. Because I was not able to do pre-sale like everybody else who releases a comedy album, due to this COVID bullshit, I wasn't really able to do a pre-sale. So, you know what? I didn't get to hit the ground running, so I'm that much further behind in trying to get my numbers up and climb the charts. So if you could all do me a big giant favor, please download my comedy album on iTunes or Amazon. If you're a subscriber to Apple Music or Amazon Unlimited Music, it'll be a free download from you. All you gotta do is type in my name and find my album, The Bad Guy, and hit download. It's free. That's it. Okay. If you don't subscribe to one of those, it's only $10. If you could do me a favor and download it, I would really appreciate it. And please leave a review if you're doing it on Amazon or if you're doing it on iTunes. Please give me a 5-star review on the album. I would really, really appreciate it. If you're at a loss of how to spell my name, even though it's on this podcast, or if you can't really seem to find where to find my album, listen, head to my website, homeschoolpod.com. Head over to homeschoolpod.com, and right on the home page you'll see a banner to click for my website, and that's how you're going to do it, guys. That's how you are going to download my album. All the links are in there. So head to homeschoolpod.com. While you're there, check out tour dates. That's where I have all my upcoming dates, although there's not too much stand-up comedy happening in the world right now. Little by little, I'm hoping to make things happen. But if I am going to be on people's podcasts or live podcasts or live appearances at all, I am putting those on my calendar. So go to homeschooledpod.com, click on tour. And also, while you're there, you can click on merch, and that's the best way to support the podcast. Get yourself a Homeschooled Podcast T-shirt. We have the new Document the Journey T-shirts. They're awesome. They're totally freaking awesome. I'll tell you guys, I actually got one of those stickers that I sell, one of those die-cut stickers, and I put it on my freaking Jeep, okay? I mean, that's how much I like this logo. And you can rep the Homeschool Podcast. It's dope. And all you got to do is head to homeschoolpod.com, click on merch. Check it out, guys. I got face masks on there. I got a lot of merchandise you can support and rock homeschool gear at the same time. And while you're there, you can click on sponsors and browse through all the sponsors who sponsor this podcast, all the products and services. If you're looking for more ways to support, we appreciate it. Like this one, Personal Chef To Go. They are sponsoring this particular episode today. So make sure that you click the link in the description and sign up for Personal Chef To Go right now. Listen, even a week, just try it out because you're going to love it. That's all I'm asking you, is just to try it for a week. It's like having your very own personal chef, but you ain't got to pay him a high freaking salary, okay? Just click the link in the description and sign up for 1 week. Pick your meals. You control how many meals, how often you get it. And listen, guys, just try the basic, whatever it is, 4-day one, and just see how you like it. Just get one box. You pick your meal. They make it for you. This isn't like one of those brands where they send you all the ingredients. This is pre-prepped. The food is made, the dishes are made. This is for the person that doesn't know how to cook, or doesn't have time to cook, or doesn't know how or have time to cook healthy. So they're worrying about the deliciousness and the healthiness for you, and they're putting it all prepackaged, ready to go. So now you got your portion control worried about. You're good to go. This is for the person on the go who wants to eat healthy, and eat clean and eat delicious food. So head to Personal Chef to Go. Click the link in the description. All right, let me tell you the menu this week. Seasonal filet of fish. It comes with baby carrots and some broccoli on the side. They got soy glazed sesame salmon, teriyaki chicken and rice bowl, herb cheese stuffed chicken, garlic chili beef stir fry. Damn, I don't even eat meat and that sounds good. Chicken piccata, Texas style meatloaf, chickpea lump crab, Thai curry shrimp. I don't fuck around with that curry shit. I don't know about you guys. Thai ginger chicken with ginger oriental style dressing, Southwest shrimp and chipotle citrus dressing, Philly cheesesteak with tomato jalapeno dressing. You guys, this is all great. You can't make this stuff at home. You got to order it yourself. You got to get your own personal chef. Click the link in the description and just give it a try. It's tremendous, okay? You're not going to be sorry. And that's it. All right, so now that we got all the business out of the way, let's give my buddy Charlie Sawyer a call. It should be ringing. Hopefully my volume is up. I don't know about you guys, but I don't hear nothing. Make sure I got the right plug plugged in here. Sorry guys, I don't know what's going on. Oh, no wonder.
Yo, what's up, brother?
Sawyer,
What's happening?
how are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Earlier,
Just fantastic.
earlier when I talked to you, you said that you were jealous that I got to play tennis. You ain't got no tennis courts up there?
No, we have lots up here, and they're actually in really good shape, like compared to a lot of the courts you see in LA, just because it's basically summer year-round there.
Oh yeah.
So the sun and the dust makes everything there. It has a certain look to it. So when you get here, the courts that have been covered in snow half the year.
Oh
although
yeah.
when it snows and it melts. Like me and my boy, we were playing for a while, but he got tennis elbow really, really bad.
Yeah.
So he can't play anymore. So I'm just, and I realize without him I have no one here.
Oh, gotcha.
So,
are you in Denver? Are you in Boulder? Where are you?
Boulder.
You're in Boulder. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I'm basically in the house I grew up in.
Cool.
It's my dad's house, but he's not here. He lives in Florida.
Right.
So I've been just kicking it here, just a little closer to nature than I was in Cali, which has been nice.
Well, that's cool,
I
man.
got to the point where yeah.
It was a good time to go, dude. I mean, there ain't dick going on here anyway. Right now, there's not much going on.
Bro, that's so funny that you say that. I've had that texted to me from almost 10 people in LA telling me the same thing.
I can't believe it's that few.
Yeah, right? Like, it's a good thing you're not here, man, because it sucks. Stay there. That's what I got from a lot of people. Stay there.
Yeah, there's not really much to do. I mean, to be honest with you, it's not really that bad as far as there's no riots really anymore. I mean, the homeless problem got worse. I think that you'll significantly notice a difference in homelessness since the short time you've been gone. But you know what, dude? I don't really see protests anywhere anymore. That's not really that bad. I mean, you still got your super super liberal Studio City, California people that just if you're not wearing a mask on your asshole, they give you a dirty look. But besides that,
where's
dude.
Your asshole mask?
Yeah, dude. Don't you know COVID can get in anally? Yeah, I think they already did with you. But dude, I'm just so
Yes, I do.
I'm on fire right now, bro. I'm ready to fucking just yell at somebody. Dude.
Oh yeah.
Not to mention, you just said, "Oh, I'm so jealous you got to go play tennis," and I said, "Bro, I didn't get to play. I went down to the fucking tennis court, man, and I sat around there. People are just, I went down to the tennis court where you and I would go because you can pay for that one, and I like the paid ones because you can reserve a spot, and you got your spot.
You can schedule it.
Yes,
you can schedule it. Exactly.
So, dude, because this COVID bullshit, there's nobody running it. So the parks are actually open, but the people that work at the parks are actually gone. So there's nobody enforcing this. So there's just people taking courts, and they're there for, dude, I'm waiting around for 2 hours for a court, and they're just playing for. It's like, guys, you guys can't hog a court for 2 fucking hours. You know what I mean?
Yes, they can.
Yes, they can, dude.
They can, and they will.
I'm walking, dude. I'm just, you know what I mean? It's something weird about it, and I'm sure it's not just tennis, but it's many things. But like, dude, and I'm not even like the biggest fucking tennis player. It's just when you set out to go play tennis, it's like, and then you don't get to play.
Get to do it,
dude. It's like blue balls. It's like it's like someone invited you over to fuck, and then you didn't get to come. You know what I mean? Like.
That is so fucking true,
dude. I'm like so furious right now that everybody like you could say something to me and I'll be like, "What the fuck's that supposed to mean?" Like I'm like so on edge.
What?
Yeah, man. Like
okay. To your point.
Yeah.
To your point. I had this friend of mine who was this crazy guy. All right. That he was crazy. Like no one else could possibly even come close to putting up with him because he was just nuts, and he was a little older than me. Like. When I met him, I was like, 40. He was like 57, something like that. But he was in really good shape. He's a really good tennis player, but he's batshit crazy. All right. And the thing was, he had two really good qualities. One, if you go up to a court and there are people there that are doing that, there's like a family there. He will go up and say, "Hey, how long are you guys going to be here for?" Hey, okay, well, you can't just be here and just do this. Like, there's people waiting.
Oh, he would go crazy, huh?
Oh, dude, he'd start going crazy. And it was one of the times where I'm like, yes, do your thing, bro. Give him, because he fucking, and he would bully them off the court, basically. Or at least, not right away, but they would tighten up their shit and get out of there, within, half hour or something like that, and then he and I could play, and he was an amazing tennis player. So we had that part was great. Everything else was tough.
Is this the guy that you told me that was like seriously like mentally unstable, but you played with him because he was really good, and he's the only guy that can keep up with you? That same dude?
Yes. That's him.
Man,
that's him.
He's good to have around in some cases.
yeah. And now the thing is, he was incredibly talented, like really, really talented. But I think he's been in a couple car accidents because he talks about like racing his car and stuff. And I think, something like that, because he couldn't control
a couple shots to the head.
Once he started going, once he started getting pissed, he could not control it on his own.
Wow.
I had to, and this is why we played doubles together. And we won this tournament in Beverly Hills, and we beat some fucking amazing teams.
Wow.
Too. And he, at one point, the guy came to the net in the finals. This guy came to the net, and he touched the net. And Bart saw it. If you touch the net, you lose a point. You're not allowed to touch the net.
Okay.
Bart saw it, said, "Hey, you're not allowed to do that." And the guy said, "I didn't do it." And Bart, "Yes, you did."
Oh, he went off, huh?
And he started losing it. And to the point where I came in and mediated it. And Bart, I had to be like, "Bart, calm down. Calm down, bro." And then the guy's like, "Yeah, blah, blah, blah." And he's like, well, and I was like, "What's the problem?" He's like, "Well, he said I touched the net." And I said, "Well, did ya?"
Yeah. And what did he say?
He totally had. But we ended up just replaying the point, and we ended up beating these guys who were really good.
Yeah.
But we eked them out. But if Bart, the thing is, if I hadn't been there, Bart would have probably gotten thrown out.
Yeah, he might have gotten you guys disqualified, huh?
But that's the thing. We were a good team, and I miss the guy. The poor guy. His dad got sick, so he sort of moved away. So we're not really. Our tennis duo is ruined, which I miss.
Wait, you said he died?
No. His dad got his dad got kind of sick.
Oh, his dad got
So
sick.
he
I
had
thought
to
you
go
said he's
take
dead.
care of his dad. Oh, no. No, he's
You're
still
like,
alive.
he's
As far as
dead
I
and he
know,
got
anyway.
sick. I was like, oh, shit.
But that's pre-COVID. So
Yeah.
who knows? All this is pre-COVID. So who fucking knows?
Yeah, dude. These people fucking at the tennis courts today, it's like they're just taking advantage that no one's there to enforce. And, like,
Yeah.
you know what pisses me off, dude, is like a couple of them are just like two dudes that are not even playing. They're just kind of like talking.
That's what makes me insane.
And just
That's what makes me insane.
Dude, you know how you remember those little ping pong handles with the string and the ball that you go like tick, 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 like that?
Oh, yeah.
Like they're just doing that with their tennis racket and a tennis ball, and it's like, dude, I mean, to be honest, you and I have done that before. We're just bullshitting, talking comedy, and kind of dicking around, playing, you know what I mean, half-ass playing tennis. But granted,
Very true.
we know no one's
Very true.
waiting. We won't do that if we know someone's waiting. You know what I mean?
I will. No, I'm kidding.
No, dude, it's
I'm
like,
kidding.
you know, you go to the grocery store and sure, I'll make small talk with the cashier if they're chatty and they're, you know, they feel like being chatty, but I won't if there's a line. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like you got to just have common sense and be courteous to things like that. And like, and then in another
I
court, there's a dad and his daughter, like a little girl, like 5-year-old, playing soccer in the tennis court.
On the court?
Yeah.
On the tennis court.
And, you know, normally
Oh,
that's
man.
not allowed. They'll tell you, no, you can't play soccer in the tennis court because there's
That's
people
where you
waiting
need
for
Bart.
the... Yeah, dude. And
That's
like,
where you
there's
need Bart.
nobody there
Bart
to
would be like,
enforce
hey,
it right
it's
now.
a tennis court, man.
Yeah.
It's not a fucking soccer stadium. Like, he was perfect.
I didn't have the balls to do it because it's a
Yeah,
father and
yeah.
a little girl. And you know what?
Right.
Like, it's
Yeah.
probably their one time to get out of the fucking house today. And,
Right.
you know, so I didn't
Right,
have
you
the
can't
heart.
be too mad at them.
Yeah.
The human side of you says, like, look, it's a father and a little girl. You're having fun.
Now
You're
go
playing
home.
soccer. You can't be mad. But the part of you that's like, I'm dying to play tennis. right
Yeah.
now. Like, I've set up to do it. I'm ready to go. And I can't do it because you're playing soccer
Yes.
on a tennis court when you could be playing it 30 feet away on
In the grass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's
and
the
here's
sort
the
of stuff.
kicker. Here's the kicker. I don't know if you've heard anything, but like something this year about mosquitoes in Southern California. Our humidity is like worse than I've lived in California my entire life, dude. We have a really bad humidity
Really?
this summer. Yeah, dude. Really bad humidity
Really?
this summer. Oh, dude, it's got to be record breaking for California, I'd say. I mean, yeah, it's
Holy
hot.
fuck.
We've had hot summers like
No,
this.
I have seen it on the news.
Yeah.
I've seen it on the news.
Yeah. So, dude, you go outside, you're getting bit up. So today, I know I'm going to the tennis
From
court.
mosquitoes?
Yeah, it's mosquitoes. Yeah. So yeah, dude, I know I'm going to the tennis courts. So I pack a little bottle of Off. You know the spray, like bug repellent.
Oh, yeah.
So I pack a little bottle of
I'm
that.
very familiar with it.
I put it in my gym bag with my tennis racket and shit, okay? And I go take it to the tennis courts and I tell myself when I get there, I'm going to spray it on my legs. And my arms and shit. Because I'm like, I don't want to fucking... Yeah. I'm like, I don't want to fucking, spray it on in my house because I got the dog. And then, so I tell myself when I get into the court and I set my things down, I'll spray it on. So I never got into a court. And I forgot about it. And
So you never did it.
No, yeah, I'm walking around. I'm doing 360 like a shark around all the tennis courts. Wait for 2 hours, waiting for somebody to fucking.
Man, are you serious?
And I'm hoping that, like, hey, at least I'm getting my exercise by walking around.
While you're walking around with your bag.
Yeah, and someone's gonna give me the hint that I would like to use a court sometime today. And no, 2 hours later, I get in my car, and as soon as I get in my car, I feel the itch on my ankle, dude. And I'm like,
Oh, no.
let me look. And I'm like, oh,
gotcha.
dude, all these bites on my ankles are so itchy. And I'm like, dude, I had the Off in my bag the entire time. Like, I'm ready to fucking, I don't know, dude.
Man.
I don't know, bro.
So how many do you think got you? How many bites can you see?
I got
discernible?
3 bites, dude.
Okay. So just to sort of add to your story about mosquitoes, the place I can't go right now is Canada.
Right.
All right. Basically, you're allowed to go in if you're direct family of a Canadian citizen.
I know you
My
go
mom
every
is a
year.
Canadian. Yeah. This is the first year this is the first year in my life, besides when I was born. Besides the year I was born. Even that year, I was taken up to Canada.
Wow.
On August 17th. Like, they took me up there as a fucking infant, which is crazy because it's way out in the middle of fucking nowhere. But especially then, it was really way out in the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
But anyway, when you're up there, the bugs are it's different. Like if you're outside, you know you're getting eaten alive.
Okay.
Basically. But what happens is when you first get there, you smell like the city to the bugs. Mm-hmm. So they're even worse for 2 days.
Oh,
but as you start swimming and drinking the water and you sort of become more, as far as like a chemical scent,
mm-hmm.
you fit in a little better and it's not as bad. But there's worse times of the year. May, June, there's no fucking way you can be outside unless you're covered in bug spray.
And that works?
Because of the bugs. Oh, it works. Fuck yeah. Now what they do is, they still fly around you, but they don't bite you.
Wow.
The bug spray makes you look like something else,
mm-hmm.
basically, chemically or something. I don't know what the fuck it is. But it does work. I mean, and when they're really bad, if you're doing a job in the fucking woods, like you have to deal with your broken fucking septic tank pipe, which every year happens, so you're in the woods, and sometimes you've got your hands in fucking shit. So you can't swat them away from you.
Uh-huh.
And if you haven't put bug spray on, you can feel them landing on your head and then like ding, starting to sting you, ding, 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 and you just feel like 8 of them, but you just have to finish the job.
What part of Canada is this?
So it's about 3 hours north of Toronto. It's on it's on Georgian Bay, which is off of Lake Huron. It's connected to Lake Huron, and it's just different there because there's no, California gets dry.
Yeah.
Colorado, where I am, gets dry. I've never seen mosquitoes here in my life.
Wow.
They're here this year.
Wow.
Yeah, like they're here. So they're out for whatever fucking reason. They're the worst, man. Fuck a mosquito. Like the best. Have you ever seen those tennis racket, like bug zapper things?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to bring with me the
different
next time I go down to that court and those guys are fucking
Now,
hogging
here's
it for
the
2
thing.
hours.
Yeah, dude. Here's the thing. After they've bit you enough, where you're like, fuck these motherfuckers. Like, this is war. I'm killing them. Now, there's 2 kinds you can get. There's the one with, like, safety measures on it and shit. And there's another one that has no safety anyway. And if you just touch the bug, it fucking pins it to it, and you can actually like sit there and just fucking cook the motherfucker, and like you smell them. And what I do, I'm a sick fuck. Dude, I'm like, smell that, that's your friend Randy, motherfuckers. That's what's gonna happen to you if you fuck with me again. And it never works, but it makes me feel a lot better.
Maybe it's because they don't understand what you're saying.
They probably don't. but I'll tell you, like they just drive you fucking insane.
Yeah.
Another good thing, just for everybody listening to the podcast, if you're in a house or something like that that's filled with bugs to the point where you can't even kill them all, what you should do is go to your sink or go to a sink if you have running water.
Yeah.
Suds up. Get suds. Like put some soap in the water and get suds. Put those suds, put the top of your hand just on the suds so that you're basically pulling bubbles out.
Okay.
And then all you have to do with the bubbles is touch any bug. You don't have to smack them or hit them. As soon as you touch that, they go, and they stick to the soap. And they're like, what the fuck is going on? And then you get 5, 6, 7 on them. And if you want, and you're drunk enough, you just take your hand and go, smash onto a counter or something like that. And it'll make a mess, but you'll kill a lot of bugs.
So when you're staying up in Canada, there's bugs in the house and stuff?
You have to have a screen. And if you go in and out, you have to make sure you shut it.
You go fast.
And you go fast. But here's the thing. There's certain parts of the day that are way worse than others. If it's during the day, there might be a few bugs out there, but if it's dusk,
it's dusk, yeah,
or at night, you better keep that fucking door closed.
That's what's happening out here right now, dude. Listen, we've had mosquitoes, and we've had mosquitoes out here, and I don't know what year you moved to California, but we also had the West Nile virus scare, back in I don't know what that
Yeah,
was.
we had that here, too.
2008 or maybe even older. Or
Around
something.
there, yeah.
Yeah.
We had that here too.
Yeah, dude, and like we've had, but this is crazy, and this is like every night at dusk. Like I've never and you're saying in Colorado you've never had mosquitoes, and now you have them there. You know what, bro?
And now we have them. Yeah.
The same people that
Not a
fucking
lot of them, though. Not a lot.
the same people that release COVID, bro, release the mosquitoes. That's what I fucking think, man.
Totally.
That's what I fucking think,
I'm
bro.
100% behind that.
And I'm not even joking, dude. I'm telling you that people released mosquitoes into certain areas because I kept seeing on the news like, oh, West Nile's back. I kept seeing it on my neighbor app.
Really?
Yeah, I kept seeing on my neighbor app that, all the people are going like, oh, I heard that there's West Nile and Sherman Oaks. And it was like I only heard it in Sherman Oaks. And I kept thinking to myself, it's got to be whatever city you're in. Like, the neighbor app where it knows where you are. You communicate with your neighbors.
Oaks?
No. Listen. So like, there's a neighbor app. Like it's called like Nextdoor Neighbor.
Yeah.
The
No, I've
app.
seen that.
You communicate with your neighbors, so they know where you live. So in our app, you get news like your local news only. So I'm seeing like, like mosquitoes and West Nile virus in Sherman Oaks detected. But I'm sure every city was seeing their city. You know what I mean? Like in their app.
Yeah.
So like, dude, I think that they released it and they were really dude, whatever it takes to keep you from going outside. Now you're afraid you're gonna go outside and get fucking West Nile. I've been
creating that fear.
Yeah, dude. They're fucking releasing. I mean, I'm sure this sounds batshit crazy, but like, I don't put anything past anybody anymore. And it's like, dude,
well, that's the way I am. I don't believe a fucking word.
I don't believe anything.
Anybody. You have to sort of say it's just because you can literally, if you look, you can get completely conflicting information about coronavirus or this or that.
Yeah.
Everybody's sort of politically charged on it, too.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this weird, like it couldn't have happened on a worse year than a fucking election year.
Yeah.
Because basically everybody's trying to load it in a gun and shoot it at their fucking political opponents. Look, you did this and you did that, and you're fucking.
And it's all political, bro. And it's not even like,
for sure.
if you're asking somebody like, if you ask somebody, you go like, hey, around what time did they leave? Someone might say 9:30, someone might say 9:35, someone might say 9:45, but this is like today. This is like the news and the media today. It's like asking what time does somebody leave, and someone goes 9:30, and the other person goes, I think it was like 6:15 a.m. You know what I mean?
It was 7:15 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. It's not even remotely like, well, that was a good guess.
They're
close. They're
almost not even talking about the same thing.
Yeah, dude. It's like completely misinformation from everywhere you look. And it's like, as bizarre as the things that I think and say probably sound, as it turned out, what we thought was normal was the bizarre the whole time. You know what I mean? So maybe I'm not that fucking crazy.
No.
And I don't know what it is, dude.
Remember this.
I don't know.
Remember this.
Yeah.
Remember this. Right now is a crazy fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go a little crazy, it's okay.
Is that what you're telling yourself?
A little bit of leeway. Yeah. Because this is fucking batshit. I feel like we're living in the fucking Back to the Future 2, where they go back in time and fucking Biff is president of the United States.
Well, they go into the future. They go into the future. Yeah.
Right, and Biff gets the machine and goes back with the almanac.
Right.
That's where we are right now.
That's funny. A lot of people compare it to that.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, you just have to say, like, some people, every time I get pissed and depressed or whatever, when I get depressed, I buy guns.
I know.
That's what I've been doing lately, but it's not because I'm going to kill myself. It's because guns make me feel so good. So I've bought 2 guns in the last week. 2 more.
I know. You've been sending.
I don't have the money for these guns, but when I get them, I'm like, yeah, baby, this was a good decision. Because the whole time, like, I buy it, regret the fuck out of it. Like, you can't pay for this. You gotta do this.
Really?
This. Oh, fuck yeah. But I'm buying. Here's the other thing. COVID-19. I couldn't go to Canada this summer. So I'm talking about like going crazy. So what I've done, I've bought a piece of land, or I'm finishing the process of closing on a piece of land, 40 acres in Wyoming. The whole reason I'm buying this place is so that I can shoot long distances in comfort. Basically off the deck of my house. Like, I just want to be like, what should I do? I'm going to go out and shoot off the deck.
Yeah.
Like, you can't, and the thing is, this never would have happened if I had been able to go to Canada the way I normally do, but I can't. So I've done this, and apparently so many people around here have done the same thing. I've decided to buy land in Wyoming, particularly, or probably wherever. I know that Colorado home sales are at a record.
Wow.
They're selling more here. I saw it in the paper today. Anyway, so what I'm doing is I'm saying to myself, first of all, I think the whole world's going to fall off a cliff in about 6 months. I'm saying to myself, these are things you want for this place. If you're buying this place, make sure you get the stuff you need for it, but there's certain things I'm not building a house up there. I'm building a deck.
Yeah. I'm
going to drive my car up there, camp there, and then just sort of make this grand deck off. And it's a valley. The places anyway. You'll see it.
You've kind of sent me some stuff, or at least of the property.
Yeah.
But are you going to build like
this is all done out of craziness.
Okay, so it's just a deck, but are you going to build like I don't know, like a cabin or a place for you to sleep or go inside?
Nope. What I'm going to do is build the deck. This is, I'm spitballing here. When I build it, who knows how high I'll really be able to build it. But what I'd like to be able to do is, and the people that are in this area, because there's no power, no water, no cell phone service.
Oh, it sounds great.
Well, basically, dude, it is crazy. Like, I went up there when I was buying it. The realtor guy who was showing it to me, who looked like somebody who had been in the Navy in World War II in the 40s. This big fat guy. He's like, yeah, this is this. And he goes, hey, look. And he reaches down and he rips off the tail of a dead rattlesnake, like the rattle.
Yeah.
And he hands it to me. He goes, some buzzard must have got it. And I've got this fucking rattle in my hand. In Canada, we have a lot of rattlesnakes.
Wow.
We used to kill them and eat them, and it's a perfect cross between chicken and fish, meaning like the texture.
Yeah.
Like when you chew it, you're like, it's chicken and it's fish. Anyway, but this was a diamondback. We have different kinds up there. But I wish I could have told the guy, like, as soon as he did that, I was like, how do I tell him that he just sold the property by doing that? Like that was like, he might as well have just fucking, like, that's what it took for the dog to bite. right there.
He's going to be the top salesman in his
yeah.
at the real estate company.
Exactly.
It's like, hey, did you use the pitch? It's like, nah, I showed him this old rattler.
Yeah, I did the old rattler pitch. Anyway, I did all this out of craziness. I'm buying all these new long-range rifles with scopes with money I don't really have, but I don't give a shit. Mm-hmm. That's sort of, I'm like, do something that makes you excited. That's what's making me excited.
Well, I like it, man. I like it, bro.
So can I ask you a question, bro? I've been wanting to ask you this. Do you miss comedy?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, dude. Everything about it. Everything about it. I don't mean just performing. I just mean the whole, like, everything, dude. Everything.
Because that's how I feel.
Can I tell you something,
like,
dude?
Yeah, please.
Let me tell you something, man. I've had doubts. I don't know about you, but I have had doubts about my career choice. I've been doing stand-up almost 12 years.
Why?
And I've often thought to myself, is this worth it? Is this make me happy? You know what I mean? Am I cut out for this? You know the doubts that you have and the questions that you ask yourself.
I have those thoughts every single day. Yeah.
And every time I would have had like a night off of comedy where I'm not out at a comedy club, either performing or hanging, I would tell myself, well, this is nice to just come home and have a nice peaceful evening at home and you watch some TV or a movie. It's like, I guess regular people have a pretty nice life. Let me tell you something, Charlie Sawyer. I've had regular people life for about 4 or 5 months now. And I don't know how every single day these people don't put a fucking bullet in their head of this regular life that they live. It was nice for the first couple of days, maybe even a couple of weeks. But if I don't go outside and hang out at a bar where there is stand-up comedy happening within the perimeter, I'm going to seriously lose my mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Shoot
If I
me
don't,
with a flamethrower.
If I don't come home, this is how sick comics
Melt
are.
me.
This is how sick we are in the head.
Yeah.
If I don't come home
Totally
at
agree.
2 o'clock in the morning, half drunk, and hating myself for how bad that set went,
Yeah.
I'm going to kill somebody.
Then you can feel. Yeah.
I can't tell you. I miss comedy so much that I want to bomb. I miss
I wanna
bombing.
bomb. Please, God, let me bomb again. Just one time.
If I gotta use Instagram one more time to post a picture of food, what the fuck is wrong with regular people? Why are you on Instagram if you're not a stand-up comic? To post food and pictures of the ocean and your feet? Why the fuck are you on? Why are you on Twitter? I don't understand. Who just creates an Instagram if you're not a stand-up comedian? Or a model or something. I have no clue.
Oh man.
Dude, I admire my wife. My wife the other day posted her first Instagram post. She's had Instagram for 2 or 3 years, but she never posts. She just fucking keeps an eye on me, and you know what I mean?
Ooh.
She's never posted.
Yeah.
The other day she's like, "Hey, I posted my first picture," and it's like, yeah, and then after that she hasn't done another one, and I'm like, yeah, because it's like, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? You do it if you want to do it because you're having fun. But
Right.
Instagram slowly becomes about, let me show you guys how much better my life is than yours.
Hey, look at me.
Yeah.
Hey, here's me.
And
doing
really-
this. Let's focus on me.
And really, your life is not that much better, and you know that.
Yeah.
It's just you're trying to prove it to people because as soon as you're done posting, you go look at their posts and you're jealous of what they did. That's all social
Even
media
though
is.
their life is just as fucking shitty as yours, they just have a better camera angle on the shitty picture of a fork that they just took for their dinner.
Man, YouTube and the social media is great to send videos, and people should be emailing it to each other. Look at this funny comedian or this funny sketch I saw. I don't understand. I use Instagram to post funny jokes, try out material, and then I would be promote my podcast and promote a show I'm doing. But now that I don't have shows that much, it's like, dude, I'm just posting pictures of food like regular people. Yeah. And it's like, how the fuck do you guys live this way? This is the biggest thing you got going on, dude. I'm losing it. I'm losing my mind.
Bro. Social media is an exaggeration of your life, basically.
Yeah.
It's you showing the best moments of your life with a filter on them, and then thinking about what you want to say and blah 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 blah. But the rest of the day, it's like that for the most part. So. And I'll be honest, I'm the same way. I'm older, though. I'm a fucking dinosaur. So, social media, you're right. If there's a big event, if I have a show, if I have some video or some thing that I've done, I'll post it. But I end up posting fucking stupid pictures of my dog, and people are like, we've seen enough fucking pictures of your dog. And I'm like, I need to stop posting pictures of my dog.
I mean, whatever, dude. I do dogs. I do my food. I do, when I go kayaking and shit.
And that's right. If you're doing an event with your wife and there's something and you're showing what you're doing, cool. Yeah. But if, bro, you know what I've been doing lately? Weeding. I've been fucking going out into a field with suspenders on in 100-degree heat in the middle of August. No, dude, I do. I had to put them on. I have boots and suspenders because these fucking thorns come right through leather gloves.
Oh, yeah.
Right through them. So you just... you get to a point where they've come through so many times, you're like, oh, you just don't fucking care anymore. You just start
do you leave the dog at your dad's house when you go?
Oh, yeah. The dogs can't be out there.
It's too wild.
I saw a bobcat.
Oh, man.
I was out there the other day, and I saw a fucking bobcat. And I've never seen a bobcat in my life. It's like a mountain lion that's longer fur with pointy ears. It's crazy, dude. I've never seen one. And you know what I was doing? I was shooting this really high-powered, dope-ass pellet gun that I have, and I was sighting it in, and I'm looking down this road, okay? And I had fired a shot, and it had skipped and hit this pole. And what had happened was, as that happened, this bobcat came out of this brush, and he's like, "What was that?" I could totally, because the reason I could see him, I was looking at him through a scope.
Oh, yeah.
Like with the crosshairs. And I'm like, because I see him, like, is that a dog? And I look, and it's a fucking bobcat. But the gun wasn't cocked or loaded. I wasn't going to shoot him anyway.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of cool to have a bobcat in the crosshairs. But he sort of looked at the pole, looked down the road at me, looked back at the pole, and goes, "Yeah, fuck this shit. I'm out of here."
Oh,
like
man.
I saw him for probably 5 seconds.
Well, it sounds like you're having a summer.
Yeah, dude, no. You should see all the fucking thorns in my hand. You should see how swollen the insides of my hands are from pulling these thorny weeds. But we have to do it. The city gave us we're getting fined, basically, for having so many of these fucking awful weeds that we have to remove. But that's all right.
I got
it's
you.
neither here nor there.
Yeah, I got you,
I
man.
miss comedy too.
Yeah,
by the way.
dude. It's of course, man.
I miss the excitement of it, and this is the funny joke about comedy. You fight so hard to get shows, as hard as you can, with everything you have, and then the day of a show, you're like, "Oh fuck, I got a show today."
Yeah, I know, right? It's like all the weight on your shoulders and the anxiety.
Yeah, and then all day, you're doing this and you're doing that, but you're really just
thinking about
your show.
Well, and the more you fight for shows, the more pressure you're putting on yourself, because you're like, well, I got to justify all my efforts.
So true. So the less you think about it, what I like doing, if I'm doing a show with multiple people, I used to do this. I don't do it anymore. But I would film it. Because by setting up the cameras and focusing on that, it would make me just distract me. So I wouldn't worry about my set. Because the more you worry, it's pointless to worry about it. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to do fine. But you're like, what if this? What if, I don't know, what could this, I don't know.
And then there's everybody that you bothered, and then finally they give you an opportunity. You're like, well, I better not fuck this up.
Yeah, exactly. This is my one chance.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
And then you bomb. They're going to be like, yeah, I thought so. That's why I didn't fucking book you the first time you asked.
Bro, every show it's a fork in the road. You're either going one way or you're going the other. And all day long, you're just like, I wonder which way I'm going to go.
Yeah. And little do you know, you actually have the choice, but it's very much out of your hands. It's the only choice that's very much out of your hands.
And I don't know about you. I don't know about you. I had to come to the epiphany where I'm like, what about this? What if they don't like this? What if I do this? I had to just say this. This is more for my own personal health. Charlie, fuck them. They're lucky to have you. They're lucky to see you. Fuck them. Who cares if they laugh? This is a blessing for them. Now, it never feels like that.
Oh, man.
But it's nice to tell myself.
I don't care. I'll take a bombing right now. Just to feel that I'm still alive.
That was so funny. Bro, that was so funny. Yes, I'm alive. Horrible pain that I'm never going to forget. The worst pain. Everything that I've worked on for the past 10 years is all garbage.
And I'll tell you what, bro. I've actually gotten to do some shows. Like, I got to go to Arizona and do a week of shows. I got to do.
That's right. How was that?
Dude, it was great. It was fucking phenomenal. It was great being on the road and doing comedy in front of real people again. Yeah, dude, it was fantastic. And just,
okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. Like, when you did shows, what was the crowd like? How many people were there? Were they separated?
Well, they can only. So the Arizona right now is pretty good, like as far as opening stuff. Everyone's supposed to be separated, but they can only sell, I think, 25% of the room. So,
I see. Okay.
This room, I don't know, holds 300 or something like that. So I think they can. I don't know what it is. I think that they were allowed to sell like a maximum of 75 tickets, which we hit on weekends, but the weekdays were like 25 people, 40 people, 17 people, 22 people.
Plus, you're dealing with the only certain people think it's okay to go out.
Mm-hmm.
Some people think like go out, like no, like I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah,
like,
they just don't. They don't want to go nowhere. I know.
Yeah, Yeah. So, but I guess if you're only trying to fill 25%, anyway, sorry, who cares? Please just tell me, like, what happened? Like, how did it go? Like, tell me from start to finish. Like, they told you, okay, we're going to do this. And you're like, okay.
Well, I'll tell you, dude, is that when I got there, it was I got there the day before they got re-shut down. Like they were opened up, and I went out there and I did the show and everything was great. And then the next day I showed up and they were like, "Yo, you got to wear a mask." And I was like, "Okay, no problem." And they go, "No, on stage." And I'm like, "I'm not wearing a mask on stage. I'm sorry, I'm not wearing a mask on stage."
No, like with the mic.
Yeah, I go, "Listen, when I walk in your building, I'll wear a mask. When I walk around the building, I wear a mask. When I walk to the stage, I'm taking it off. There's absolutely no reason."
Yeah. You can see me take it off.
Number one, a stand-up comedian.
Here, no one's around.
Dude, you got to see our face. You got to see our face.
There's no way
it's a part
as a comedian, as a one-person show, that you can take your face away, or even the lower part of your face away from your act.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fair.
I don't want to do it, dude.
Fair.
And you know what? There's really no reason to do it. They have to be 6 feet away minimum from the stage. So there's no one even in the first 5 rows.
So I have to say this though. The thing is, like, I remember hosting the haha mic, which you and I are both so familiar with, but I remember going up to the mic after someone had been up before you, and you could still smell the bad breath they had, or like an aura of it around the mic. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, "Oh, someone's got halitosis." That's what you say in your head. And you're like, "Oh, wow, that was great. Oh, guys, yeah, woo, let's get together." Yeah. But really, you're like, "Holy fuck, brush your teeth, you piece of shit." But
I feel like that's something that people, if they ever try stand-up, they're going to go, "Oh, that's something you never hear about, is that the microphone stings."
And bro,
and
I touched that microphone with my tongue.
Oh,
in the middle of a fucking set, and you got it right on your chin, and you're doing great. So you're not thinking about it, and the next thing you know, you touched it with your tongue, and you're still going. And you're like, "Oh my god!" You're like, "Oh my god!" You're thinking about like all the people. That
But you know what, dude? I told them. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, all I was going to say is, in normal times, that strengthens your immune system.
Absolutely.
I went for a 2-year period doing fucking open mics all the time, doing shit like that all the time, and I never got sick. And I swear to God, it was because I was getting exposed to everything like right away, and lots of it. So there was, because I asked the doctor about that. I was like, I actually asked him. I go, "Look, doc, so I haven't, and I get sick all the fucking time, and I'm like, I haven't been sick in 2 years, and I've been doing a lot of stand-up comedy." And I swear to God, it feels to me like that built, like if you're meaning like my immune system's tough as fucking nails because I'm exposed to everything.
Hey, what if the doctor goes, "Well, laughter's the best medicine," and then you go, "Yeah, but I'm not very funny."
I'd say, "Oh, doctor, so you've seen me." "Oh, doc, so you have seen me perform." Oh, fuck.
Listen, dude, that's what they tell you. You know, they tell you that you're not supposed to use hand sanitizer all the time because you kill your immune system, right? It's so bad for you to use. Yeah, I agree with it too. So what do you think's going to happen?
40 times a day.
Yeah,
I've never used it in my life. I now use hand sanitizer 40 to 70 times a day.
Well, it's not that I've never used it in my life. I would say I used it. I don't know. I used it as needed. If I felt
off with?
Flu season, I used it a little bit more than ever. That would burn. Yeah, no, flu season, I used it a little bit more than ever. You put it on doorknobs. Yeah, in the flu season, you put it on doorknobs, or if you know somebody's sick who's next to you or who's got a flu. If I got like a big show coming up and you're gonna come sit next to me with that cough. Yeah, you know what I mean? So but you know what I mean? It's not that I've never used it, but I know that you're not supposed to use it that much every day all the time because it kills your immune system. Okay? So what do you think's going to happen if you wear a mask all day, every day? What's going to happen next year when they go, you can take the mask off? You're going to get it worse than you've ever had anything. And you're fucked. You're fucked. Dude, the fucking, fuck COVID, a little cold is going to get you. A little cold is going to kill you.
It's going to wipe out the entire nation.
Dude, I wear a mask to go into the grocery store, and when I come out, I sanitize my hands. Besides that, take the mask and shove it up your ass. Like, that's how I feel about it, dude. It's like, dude, you're killing people. It was 105 in Los Angeles today. There's no COVID out here in 105. And you're going to make people wear a mask? We're going to pass out. You want to see dead bodies? We're going to be passed out on the fucking floor in the streets from no oxygen and 105 degrees with the mask on. I want people giving me dirty looks for not wearing one. I'm giving you a dirty look because you're wearing one in 105, you idiot. We're not even close to each other. You know what I mean? Like, it's absolutely insane, dude.
Okay, so let me pose a thought to you. All right. So I worked in a bar. I was a bartender for 12 years. All right. As soon as I saw one bouncer or one other bartender that's sick, I go, fuck, because it's just a matter of time before that is going to course through the entire staff. But the thing is, then I worked for 12 years. I never called in sick one time, not once. If you're sick, you just take Dayquil or NyQuil and go into work and just chug it out of the bottle and fucking just get through the shit.
You got to make those tips.
Like but also you don't let people in the restaurant business. You're part of a chain, and as soon as you're like, I'm sick, you're fucking. There's a certain amount, like and there's specific restaurants you can't do that. Anyway, here's my theory though, because so like I said. For me personally, though, I've never used hand sanitizer in my life, ever. If I would wash my hands, and when I worked as a bartender, I made sure if I've touched anything, don't eat anything. Or if you do, like I would take a French fry, dip it in ketchup, because we would put it like in the back, eat half of it, and then throw the half that I've touched that's just got a little part in the trash. In the trash. That way you won't get sick. As long as you're not... I've learned this from years of experience. What will get you is if you have unclean hands and you're eating something, like if someone gives you a fork full from their mouth and they're sick, you're going to get sick. But also if you've been picking up dirty glasses, and I worked in a fucking college bar, they're all sick, and then they go out and get drunk until they can't feel anymore, which makes them like super contagious. I know because I did the same thing. And you just... So you realize you're all going to get sick. Anyway, this year, for the first time ever in history, every single fucking person is wearing a mask and washing the fuck out of their hands. So, regular colds that fucking have their way through the whole planet every year, this year, are going to run into a fucking roadblock that is unlike anything the earth has ever seen. Because everybody is so fucking... There's one thing they're trying not to catch. This is my point. So all the other colds and stuff are going to suffer. They're not going to spread the same way. Because people are in a... Please tell me this. Just answer this. Has this ever happened in history where everybody, like I said, I've never used hand sanitizer in my life, never once. Now I have it in my car, and I have a backup in my car. I have it, and if my mom, I go out with her, and she comes in the car, and I watch her, she doesn't say, I want the hand sanitizer. I fucking give her a little shit. Like, hey, we're going to a public place. You're 60, whatever the fuck. Use some goddamn hand sanitizer.
For sure.
And she's like, well, that's fine. And she does it. But it, to be honest, it's all probably pointless, or some of it might be. But I'm looking at it as it's my community. Look, I'm just when I see somebody who's not wearing a mask when everybody else is. There was a guy when I was in Florida. I was in a convenience store. Everybody's wearing a mask. This asshole was in there, and he's like, hey, what's up, Linda? And he's walking around, and everybody else is kind of trying to social distance. No mask, comes in, and he starts coughing He's like,
Oh.
and I remember, yeah, dude. And I'll tell you this: I'm standing there, and I guarantee everybody else is thinking the same thing. I'm standing there, and I had a face shield on. I didn't have an actual mask.
Oh, okay.
I had it's like the thing that goes around your forehead.
No, yeah,
It goes down. Yeah. And so I've got that, and what I did, it was just sort of sitting in the air. I pinned it to my chest. like I leaned forward so that the bottom was pinned to my chest. Like, this motherfucker. And the thing is, the guy probably doesn't realize how it looks when you may not even believe in the virus, but you're doing what you're told out of a sense of community, and also just like, you know, I want to get through this as fast as I fucking can. And then you got this motherfucker sitting there coughing. But at the same time, what are you going to do? Be like, hey, asshole, you fucking do this. Like,
yeah. Well, dude, if you're fucking sick, man, you just don't go out or don't go into public places if you're fucking sick, man. Like, yeah, dude, I think that you're right, dude. Like, it's a sad fact that not everyone was washing their hands regularly, often throughout the day until now. It is a sad fact. Like, dude, people just don't wash their hands. Like, dude, I do comedy shows,
but now they
and afterwards,
But now they are.
Dude, you do a show afterwards. People come up to you and they shake your hand, and as you're shaking their hand, you're like, this guy has never washed his hands. This thing feels like every dirt he's ever touched is still on his hand. Like, you can feel it.
The thing is, though, usually they're doing that. That means you had a nice show, and your ego is just getting stroked. So you're like, yeah, your dirty hands are fine.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, bro. Yeah, stroke my ego. Flattery will get you everywhere.
You know, dude. And then, but things out here in California are starting to slowly open with their very ridiculous rules of, like, you know, you can open your restaurant, but you got to sit outside. Okay. And then there's, you know, the other ones of, you know, dude, I was walking down the street today, and you know, there's no inside business in California right now allowed to be open. But for some reason, some have, like, I was walking down the street, and there's literally, like, a big chain.
Some things can squeak through.
There's a big chain, Barnes & Noble, that's open, and next door to it's like a small mom-and-pop antique store, and it's closed. And it's like, why are they not allowed to be open, but they are? They're literally next door to each other. You know what I mean? It's just a joke, maddening. Dude. It's just a joke. It's like,
it's maddening.
You know, like, oh, you can't open your bar unless you serve food. It's like, what the fuck are you guys talking about, man? Like, who's making up? And then they go, well, we're just looking at the data. Bro, what data exists? What data exists that says that 9 out of 10 people that diagnosed with COVID weren't eating? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? It's a bunch of shit.
No, but, like, why is that? Why is that the cut point? Like, why is there? But now, let me tell you this. So getting into Canada, these are the rules, okay? I researched this for 2 days. I was getting ready to start loading the car and drive there. I mean, it's a 27-hour drive to get to the border, and then it's another, like, 6 after that, which is when the border is open for me. Like, and I'm just talking for me personally, that's what it's like. And I'm saying during a normal year, when the border is open, I know I'm going to be up there in the summertime. So I'm basically going catty corner from L.A. to the eastern northern part of Canada, basically, like across the whole nation. I drive that whole thing. I stop in Colorado for a little while, but it's fine. I do it every year. Anyway, it's when I know the border is open, it's a fucking pain in the ass. You've got to get all your medication that you're going to have, or anybody that's with you is going to have for the next however many months you're going to be there, because it's a different, you can't get your medication there. You are in a different country, and you're not allowed to mail it across the border. I do it, but you're not supposed to. You have to put, like, supplements on, like, your asthma medication as it comes across the border. But I also have stuff staged, like, all year long. I'm like, oh, this will be perfect for Point of Barrel. That's the name of the place that I go in Canada. It's an island, which is amazing. But this will be perfect. This will be perfect. What do I do with it for now? Well, put it somewhere where it's going to sit for 8 months, because you're not going there for a long time. So I have all this stuff staged, ready to go. and I have some of it in L.A., some of it in Boulder, and I have some of it in Wisconsin at my brother's house, ready to be picked up and packed to go up there. And they basically said this at the border: if you're a direct family of a Canadian citizen, you're allowed to come in. My mom is a Canadian citizen, so I said, I'm allowed in. But there's a caveat. Children above 21 are not included.
Oh, so just like the minors, obviously. They got to go see their mom, yeah.
Well, no. So here's the thing. My mom is allowed to go in, but not with me, because I'm her son, and I'm older than 21. However, if I was a citizen, and my mom wasn't, she would be allowed to come in with me.
Well, so that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It makes perfect sense. Bro, if I really... This is why I start buying guns, right here. When I think about the logic of direct family are allowed in, but I'm not allowed in as her son,
yeah.
And she called the border, and you have to wait on the phone for about an hour to talk to somebody. She's like, listen, because the exact wording is dependent. If your kids are still dependent on you, they're allowed in.
Yeah.
And that ends at 21, is what they said. But she's like, look, I'm 67. I'm dependent on my son. I need him to help me with A, B, C, and D. And we own property there. I just paid $3,600 in taxes for a place I'm not allowed to go.
Yeah.
Like, I just wrote that fucking check and sent it there.
Okay.
And so I'm not a tour, because if you read the fine print, it's like tourists are not allowed. You're not allowed to go for entertainment, basically. I have a property there. If I don't maintain it, basically all the damage that happened this summer is just going to sit there and get way worse. And next year it's going to be 5 to 10 times more money to fix it. That's a big part of what it is up there. But none of that mattered. None of that mattered. As soon as the little thing of I'm basically where the axe fell. This side you're allowed to go in, this side you're not. Yeah, direct family, I'm direct family. Oh, but you're over this age? Sorry, you're not allowed. Like, okay. And I had a point, I forgot what it was.
Would you ever, you were telling me about, that was literally what you said, that you were going to tell me the rules of getting in, but why haven't you, as often as you go, and your mom's a citizen, why
this is what I was going to say. Sorry to interrupt you. All I was going to say is, who decided that? Who the fuck came up with that rule? Where did that come from?
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about. Why?
But is your mom there?
No, she's still here because she can't go without me. She's like, look, I'm not going up there by myself. Now, here's the other thing. In Canada right now, if you do go up there, it's not like here. They're like, where are you going? You're not allowed to stop on the way there. You need to show us who is going to bring you your food, because you're not allowed to go shopping.
Oh, wow.
For 2 weeks.
All of Canada's like that?
Yep. And they have police check on you, call you. They know your plan. That's basically, like when you go through the border, you have to show them there's an app, and you're supposed to fill it out, and which I was getting ready to do until they told me I wasn't allowed. When they just told me flat out, the lady goes, well, if you want, you can drive your mom to the border. Oh, and I'm like, oh, good. Then what? I'll just chuck her over into Canada and say, all right, Mom, have a good summer.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Dude, none of this makes any fucking sense, bro.
Right,
at all.
That was my point.
And Canada's, Canada is fucking like
garbage?
No, not garbage, bro. But you know what, dude? They don't have the Constitution that we had. They don't have the United States Constitution, which is constantly being tried to take away from us, and we're holding on to it for dear life. And
with our claws.
Didn't Canada already ban guns? Aren't you not allowed to have a gun in Canada?
It's way different there. The laws are far different. However, if you want to get a gun in Canada, you can get one.
Okay.
I know people in Canada that have just as many guns as people I know in America.
But this is a recent law that I'm talking about.
No? Well, let's just put it this way. It's not like here. If you want to buy a gun, you have to probably, and I'm guessing a little bit here, you have to take a safety course there, which I'm all for.
Yeah, I did that.
I want a gun needs to be respected. A mistake with the gun will never be. You cannot take that mistake back. So you need to understand how serious.
No, dude, I got that. I had to take that test. No, but what I'm talking about in Canada, though, is that I had recently heard that there was some kind of a mass shooting, and then the.
There was.
I forget the guy.
Yeah.
What's the guy's name there? The fucking not the president.
Trudeau.
Yeah. This guy didn't
Trudeau.
he? I heard that he like basically took advantage of that event and like basically while the bodies were still warm, dead on the ground, he like put in a motion to ban guns. So, but is that not true?
I call him old. Blackface Trudeau.
So are guns banned or are they not banned?
Well, it's not like here.
I thought no. Hold on. Don't compare it to here. Don't compare it to here.
Wait. But let me finish. It's not like here in that at one point they were allowed to buy guns and now they're banned. They've never fucking been allowed to buy guns there.
But I heard.
It's not like
am I wrong? I heard that they were making people. If you had a gun, you have to like, you give it to them and they give you a rebate.
You have to give it back.
You have to give it back.
Okay, now that might be true.
Yeah,
that might be
they're
true.
giving you a rebate, like they're giving you money.
Yeah, that might be true. And what makes me believe that even more is hearing everything that Canada is doing with COVID.
Yeah,
makes me believe that they would do that. Now, I have a friend of mine, Dad, who has probably 200 guns in his sick ass basement hunting man cave. Okay? But he's a hunter and he's left-handed and he's made a lot of money as a salesman. So his fucking hard-on is to buy guns and go hunting. And he buys all left-handed guns, meaning the gun, the bullet ejects out of the left side instead of the right side. Mm-hmm. But to get those guns, usually they're custom made and blah-bitty fucking blah. But he has rich, powerful friends. He fills out all the forms. He's a member of every fucking hunting club you can imagine. And being all that, he's allowed to own all the guns he wants.
And at this point, with the new things, he doesn't have to start giving them up in Canada as of yet.
That I don't know. That's what I was going to say. That might be true. I would imagine if anybody would be insulated from that, it would be Mike. But Canada is different.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
You just don't fucking know.
Well, see, dude, this is what they're trying to do, man. Like, they're taking away, Canadians' guns, and now, like, how they're dealing with COVID is, like, they won't let you walk in the streets without knowing where you're going, according to you, and, like, they're checking up on you in your house and stuff like that. Dude, this is, like, third world country shit. Like, that's pretty close to China-ran dictatorship.
But, bro,
yeah.
But Canada is a little closer to that. They are a socialist country, basically.
Yeah, and you know what, bro? Yeah, but you know what, dude?
60% of your income goes to the government.
I got you,
it's
dude.
Not
listen,
free healthcare.
Right, of course, yeah. But dude, listen, like, yeah, Canada is a little bit close to that, and we're a little bit close to Canada.
Closer, right?
So it's like a chain of reaction. So it happened there first. Now Canada's getting it, and we're next. And if we don't stop fucking around with these stupid fucking masks, they will walk all over us. Masks is the first thing. If you give up your right to not wear something on your fucking face if you don't want to, you're giving up. The next day it's something else, and the next day it's something else, and the next day it's something else. And then before you know it,
the thin end of the wedge.
And then before you know it, dude, you got a mass herd of people wearing masks with guns, walking in, shooting up a place. For all we know, they were fucking hired to do it. And then they're gonna call it a fucking protest or a riot or whatever they're gonna call it, and then the next thing you know,
did you see the guy get kicked in the head?
Yeah, dude. And the next thing you know, our fucking guns are getting banned because of some shit that they staged. And then we're gonna go, well, why didn't you guys arrest nobody? Oh, because they're all wearing fucking masks, dude. It's the fucking. If you bend over for them with the mask, then tomorrow you're gonna be blowing them with something else. Like, we cannot give up our rights so easily. Like. You know what I mean? It's just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
Like you said, the masks are the thin end of the wedge.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they can get that in, they're going to start hammering it down thicker, thicker, What's next?
Yeah, why don't you just wear a mask? Well, why don't you just take this vaccine? Well, why don't you just let us drill this microchip into your fucking forehead? You know what I mean? Like it's just, well, why don't you just let us come by? You know what I mean? Or how about why don't you just call us and tell us if your neighbor is having a party and not wearing a mask?
That was the best when she was like, if we take away all the police, it'll just be like the suburbs. All you have to do is call your neighbor. If you're having a problem, call your neighbor.
Yeah, right.
Oh, hey, Linda. Yeah, I know it's 3:37 a.m. My daughter's getting raped by someone that broke into the house.
Yeah.
Do you think you could come over here and
help me out?
I don't know,
and by the way, do you have any sugar?
Yeah. Do you have any Kool-Aid? I'll grape Kool-Aid and sugar.
No, but you know what I'm saying, dude? You know, they're encouraging people here in the United States to basically snitch on your neighbor or snitch on your fellow man who's trying to operate his business that he has every constitutional right to do, he or she.
Agreed.
And they're encouraging you to snitch on these people, and they've actually made it okay to shame people who aren't. You know, there's commercials on television. Right. Wear the mask. Only bad people don't. Like this is some mind warping shit to go snitch on your fucking neighbor, and then the next thing you know, you're like, well, yeah, I guess it's okay. The cops went over there and made them all wear a mask because I told on them. And then the next day after that, it's gonna be like, well, I guess it's okay that they hold on a second, dude. They're gonna be like, I guess it's okay that they took. You know, his kids away from him because he wasn't because he got diagnosed with COVID. I guess that's okay. Like, I guess it's okay the cops burst through the door and took his family and his dog.
At least he was wearing a mask.
Yeah, dude. It's gonna like we cannot let them walk all over us. It's like it's gonna just get worse, man. It's just gonna get worse. And I'm not one of those people. Like, listen, dude. I'm not one of those people who says that that COVID is not real. Or that you know what I mean? Because there's people that go, oh, I don't even know if it's real, man. Listen, coronavirus is real. It exists. It has existed for a very long time. It is printed on the back of Lysol bottles. Okay? On the back of a Lysol, yes, on the back of a Lysol bottle where it says it kills 99.9% of germs. On the back, it lists all the germs that it kills, and one of them is coronavirus. Okay?
Shit.
So coronavirus has been around for a very long time. I think people get a misunderstanding when people say that this is a hoax. I don't mean that the virus doesn't exist. I mean it's having light shone on it for a reason to freak everyone the fuck out. It's a pandemic, dude. It's like it's bringing it to light. Like the coronavirus has killed many people in the past, as little, not as much as a regular flu has, but it has, and it's like that's been around forever.
Right.
It's
SARS.
like
SARS was another one.
And they couldn't, dude. If they wanted to do a pandemic, they couldn't do it around the regular flu. Because that wouldn't really scare people. Like, a flu's going to kill you. People are going to be like, yeah, right. They had to do a virus that no one really talks about regularly.
Yeah.
That already exists. So, dude, it's a joke.
I mean, well, and the thing is, can I ask you this?
Yeah.
As far as information goes that you've seen about coronavirus, and I'm being totally serious.
Yeah.
Have you seen, like, conflicting stuff?
Yeah,
would you say?
Absolutely, 1,000%.
Oh, yeah. Like, what it's so hard to know what to nail down right now because you are seeing, and we have seen, over the past months and months as this has developed, you've seen, wear the mask, don't wear a mask, yes, it'll help, no, it won't help, yes, it will help, now it's going to help.
Yep.
No, it's like, it's a fucking roller coaster where I feel like all of us have got to have some sort of coronavirus fatigue. You know, like, just fucking enough of this shit. But my take on that, I agree with you that there's been so much, and it's a political year, it's a fucking election year. So you're like, I don't know I just don't know what to believe.
Yeah.
But I will say this. I will say that, you know, as far as whether we are almost, the United States is almost, this is the first time that I can see where our great country, the freedom that we are allowed in this great country, is backfiring slightly, because we need this, like you're saying, like, we have the right, and we fucking do. Don't fucking tell me what to wear. That is what our country is based on.
Yeah.
But in this case, I feel like, first of all, remember what I was saying earlier? This is unprecedented, Penn. This has never happened before in the history of the world. There's never been anything, or maybe in the Black Death, in like but the way that this virus has closed its fist on the planet. And if you look at the economic damage done from this, and a lot of it, like you said, I don't know if it's necessary to close everything down. Like, we just don't know. We don't know what the fuck to do. And that has created this fucking mystere around the masks. Like, should we wear them? I don't know. And some people are like, I don't believe in this shit. Quit telling me what to do. And they have the right to do that.
Yeah.
And you've got the other side where you've got people, you know, and we're all fatigued in the middle. And I'm at the point where, dude, I'm like, I don't know what to believe anymore. Fuck everybody. I'm just going to try. What my thing is, personally, I don't want to end up in a fucking hospital surrounded by other people with COVID, where we're all just, you know what I'm saying?
But even that's conflicting. Like, you see a video on the news of the hospitals are jam-packed and there's bodies, you know,
Right.
and
But
it's
dude,
like, and then you go to a hospital and they're like, yeah, I'm a nurse and I got laid off because they're so slow.
Yeah. No,
It's
that's
like
what I'm saying.
half of it's bullshit.
That's what I'm saying. Where you see all this conflicting information, but you also have to remember, because it's election year, people are trying to smash that in your face.
Yeah.
But let me just put it this way. This is the other thing. I have to say this. Like I said, Agostino, I've never used hand sanitizer in my life. Never once. Never once. I use it 40 to 70 times a day now, and I've done it for months, and I've fucking taken every precaution. I'm walking around with a mask on. I'm doing all this shit. Bro, I'm knocking on wood. If I catch this fucking virus now, after doing all of that, I will be so pissed off. I might just die anyway. I might just crinkle into a little fucking ball and die out of pure frustration for saying, I've done this, I've done that, I've been here, I've washed my fucking groceries.
Oh,
like,
man.
I used to spray them. I'm not quite doing that anymore, but there was a time period where I just considered everything had COVID on it. When you go out in public, everything's got COVID on it. So when you get home,
well, that's what they wanted to make you to
sanitize
believe,
yourself.
dude. The news was so in your face. It was so in your face all the time. Like, it was such fear mongering.
There are powerful entities trying to get you to swing one way or the other, and they are manipulating certain things. Anyway, please don't think like you have the right to do whatever you want with the mask.
Yeah,
I've gone back and forth on it. I've gone completely back and forth on it. All I know at this point is I'm just ready to put all this bullshit in my rearview mirror.
Yeah, everybody
and if
is.
Wearing a fucking mask will do that. Give me a mask.
Yeah, but you know what, Sawyer?
And I don't want to see anybody else without
You know
one.
what, Sawyer?
You know,
that's what they said the first month. I just wear it for a month. I just wear it for 2 months. I just wear it for 3 months. What are you, selfish?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't wear it for 4 months? You can't wear it for 4 months to save one life? Now it's 5.
Now it's 5. Now it's 25.
Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. You know, listen, bro. If I was gonna tell you that I do not have a bottle of sanitizer in my car right now, I'd be lying to you. Okay, I have a bottle of sanitizer in my car too.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm taking my precautions. I do have a mother and father that live on my block that I see often, and I wear a mask when I go in their house because they're older. And according to a statistic that I read, the only people that are going to catch the virus are like 70 or older, which my parents aren't even there yet. And but you know, I'm just taking the precautions. I sanitize, and
just remember how awful you would feel if you gave your parents the fucking virus. Even if they didn't die from it, just remember that time period where they were sick where they had it, and you had to sit there and have that on your mind.
Well,
you know, like,
but you know what, dude?
Try to.
You know what, bro?
That.
I've been a stand-up comedian for 12 years.
That's gonna happen.
Dude, I've been a stand-up comedian for 12 years. I do show in front of hundreds and hundreds of people for years. I afterwards shake everybody's hand, hug them, take pictures with them, and every single time walked into my mother and father's house. The flu, which statistically kills more people a year than coronavirus, I could have given my parents the flu a couple times. I've never felt bad about it. I never knew for sure it was me or not. Maybe they got it at work.
I felt good about it.
No, I'm saying, like, how do I know they got it from me? How do I know they didn't get it from work or something like that? You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, I get you. You got to take precautions. You got to protect the people around you. But at the same time, there's certain people that are not living their life, which is as more dangerous. And there's certain people that are giving up their liberties too easily. That's just as dangerous, if not more dangerous. And
I totally agree with that. What is the other side? What's the balance if we all shut everything down and do all this? We have to balance the two of them. You can't just say, oh, we're doing all this and this and this, and that's the way it is. Now we've sort of come back and figured that out, and the answer is, okay, restaurants can open 25% or this and that. But I'll tell you this, there's a restaurant in Boulder called The Med, and they have 3 restaurants. The Med, Brasserie 1010, and Via Perla is their new one, okay? Mm-hmm. If you had asked me before COVID if I would bet my life on them never going out of business, I would have said, yeah, I will. Yeah, absolutely. I would have bet my life that these restaurants would never go out of business. But what's happened is Boulder or Colorado declared that even when they reopen, you're only allowed to open at 50% in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay? So
what do you think's going to happen at comedy clubs, dude?
Oh, bro. Well,
Same
I'll
thing.
I'll tell you what. I don't know, but you and I are going to pick one up cheap, and you're going to run it. All right? That's all I know.
Joke's on them.
Agostino.
I never got 25 people out or more anyway.
Exactly. I see Paul say, like, yo, man, you got 25 people?
Yeah.
Go, bro, man. Hey, drinks are on me tonight.
Every show I've done the past 12 years looked from afar. It looked like we were socially distancing.
That's part of the new material I wrote. I'm like, yeah, this social distancing is crazy. I mean, I personally think women have been social distancing.
Yeah. Another thing that bothers me, dude, is like right now when you and I hang up, go Google how many people died from smoking cigarettes last year. That number alone is double coronavirus numbers of the world. And we've
17.
And dude, we've never ever have banned cigarettes. But people can't open their business.
Oh no.
It's absolutely insane, dude.
To kill you.
I'm sure
cigarettes take long enough to kill you that they're fine.
Dude, I'll bet you. And then like, well, you could say, well, someone deciding to smoke is their decision. Someone just, you know what I mean? No one decided to get to coronavirus. Yeah, you ever hear of secondhand smoke? How many people died of secondhand smoke? And then, like, I bet you more people have died in a drunken driving accident than COVID. Yet we've never closed bars.
Sure. Oh, for sure.
It's absolutely insane, bro. Anyway.
And if you want to have a good time, look up the difference in the numbers now. People still die in drunk driving accidents, but look up in like 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s compared to like now, how many people die in drunk driving accidents? Because it didn't used to be a fucking issue. If you got pulled over and you were white, probably, and you were drunk, they're like, "Come on, Larry, you know you're not supposed to drink this much. All right, I'll drive you home. Leave your car." You know, like they didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Now, if you get a fucking DUI, bro, you can't get into Canada. Like that's how fucking. It's a $10,000 to start thing.
Wow.
And you can't, like, dude, it's insane. Now, I have friends that have had, like, 7 DUIs, and I'm just like, how are you driving?
Yeah, how do you even still get a license after that?
Yeah, but I have friends that have the thing you blow in, And what's funny is they're always ashamed of it. And I'm like, it's cool, dude. Like, I like
They're always like embarrassed. Oh, fuck, dude, this is...
Well, right. I've been fortunate enough to never get a DUI, and I've been pulled over drunk probably realistically between 10 and 15 times.
Dude.
So,
I know...
the thing is, I actually had a cop one time. He goes, get out of the car. I'm like, okay. So he's giving me this roadside test. He never gave me the breathalyzer. But he's giving me the roadside, and he goes, all right, he goes, either you're sober or you're drunk and really good at hiding it. I don't know. Either way, I'm like, dude, I thought I was going to jail for sure. I was hammered. There was a bottle of whiskey
oh my God.
You know, there's a pour thing in the top of a whiskey, like a stopper.
Yeah.
And you take that and you screw the cap back on, it leaks slowly. That had happened in the back and basically filled up the back seat of my car with Jim Beam.
Oh my God,
so
dude. You got so lucky.
Oh, dude, for sure. I thought I was going, and you know what? The only thing that I think got me off was the guy that was the passenger who I was giving a ride home. I was like, yeah, I'm sober. I'll give him a ride home. And by sober, I meant I had like 9 drinks. So, and he had 40. Anyway, so I'm giving a ride home. I got pulled over because I had turned on a brand new red arrow. And as the cop comes up, he goes, so I smell booze in the car. Carson, the guy in the passenger, goes, whatever, man, I'm not drunk, I'm fine. And I turn to him and I go, hey, man, shut the fuck up. Let me handle this. I'm sorry, officer. What were you saying? and I think literally that saved me from a DUI because Carson was drunker than I was. And the guy said, I smell booze in the car.
Oh, yeah. He just assumed it was the other guy.
If a cop ever says that to you and you have been drinking, I smell booze. First thing he asked, have you been drinking? I said, no, sir. I looked him right in the eye. Totally lying. Blatant lie, but I'm doing a good job lying. And then he goes, well, I smell booze. What I didn't do was, oh, well, there was this one party earlier, and my friend had a drink, and I had a drink. And blah, blah. No, I when he said that, I just looked at him and shook my head like, yeah, okay. I don't care. I just told you I haven't been drinking. I'm not going to do a song and dance for you.
Yeah.
And I think he sort of took that, and then he gave me a breathalyzer, and I passed it. Anyway, how did we get on this subject?
Well, dude, I wanted to have you talk about stocks.
Oh, okay.
Now that we're already an hour, I'm going to have to split this up into 2 different episodes, but it's completely fine.
Why don't we stock talk?
What's that?
Why don't we finish up with some stock talk?
Let's do it, dude. Now, hey, everybody, let's take some stock advice from this guy who just told you his 2 DUI stories.
Here's how you get out of DUI, and here's some great stocks you should invest in.
Here's some great stock tips. All right, everybody, that was the first half of the episode with Charlie Sawyer where we're talking about all kinds of things from stocks, guns, tennis, apparently. COVID always makes a little special guest appearance on every fucking show, doesn't it? But listen, you guys, I decided to split this up into 2 different episodes because it was very long and also because I'm leaving town tomorrow. So some of you guys may have heard me talking about that I'm going to Texas because I'm scoping out some neighborhoods and see if I would want to move there. But anyway, that's where I'm going. I'm going to be going all week. So this will be the 2 episodes that are out for this week. I hope that you enjoy them. I hope that you get something from them and that you learn. And please stay tuned. In a couple of days, part 2 of this episode will be out. All right, you guys, don't forget to click the link in the description for Personal Chef to go. I'll see you next time on Homeschooled Podcast. Homeschooled Podcast. Homeschool.
The Homeschool Podcast. Why? Because he was homeschooled.
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I don't want to do that at all.